Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's great to see you here today, joining us for today's group meditation. Today, we're going to be working with track 6 of one of my favorite programs, the Stealing Flow Suite. This is a tool that I created for myself to help me with my creative work. And there are tracks specifically for each part of the creative process, from focusing to doing our creative work in the flow state to having creative breakthroughs. The track we're working with today is one of the most important and one that I don't think necessarily gets as much attention as it deserves. This is called Relax, Release, and Recharge. When we start meditating today, the track is 25 minutes long, and I'm going to suggest a specific kind of breathing to go along with this while we're doing our meditations today. And there's some individual variation in what we can do with it, but the key is to breathe slowly and to let your out breath be longer than your in breath. For example, maybe we'll breathe in to a count of 5 and breathe out to a count of 7. Or maybe you'll breathe into a count of 10 and breathe out to a count of 12. So with that, let's enjoy Relax, Release, Recharge. Well, welcome back. How was that for everyone? Relax, release, and recharge. It's something that we all need more of these days. This is a time in history for many of us that is challenging us in ways that we've never been challenged before. And it's so easy to lose sight of a simple thing, the difference it can make to just relax, release, and recharge. Before the track began, I asked us all to focus on a specific pattern of breathing where our out breath was slightly longer than the in breath. And the reason for that is that it's a simple hack to trigger your parasympathetic nervous system. It's an easy way to shift us out of fight-flight mode that so many of us have been in perpetually and get back into the place where our bodies can do the natural healing and recovery that we need that is so often neglected. Breathing in that way and activating the parasympathetic nervous system allows us to also increase our heart rate variability, and that's a marker of stress relief. It's a marker of good health. It's something that we all need more of these days. When we're working with stealing flow, the track's for 25 minutes because it's all based on the Pomodoro technique. And they're essentially periods of 25 minutes followed by a 5-minute rest, and then 25 minutes followed by a 5-minute rest. This is designed to work with the natural rhythms of how our body can optimally perform. And after 4 of those periods, after we've worked for about 2 hours or performed at our highest level for 2 hours, then it's recommended to take a longer break of being fully off in this relaxed state for about 25 minutes. That's what the relax, release, and recharge track was designed for. And it works wonderfully for that purpose, to help our brains clear out the extracellular garbage that's built up when we're performing in our highest capacity. And right now, especially, so many of us are being called on to perform at levels that we've never had to perform at before, with amounts of stress that we've never had to deal with before. And it seems to be never ending too. There's just no escape from any of this and no end in sight. And it's a really difficult thing to deal with. And makes these little breaks to use a track like Relax, Release, and Recharge more important than they've ever been for us. This track was designed with a frequency of 7.83 hertz. Some of you will know that is the Schumann resonance frequency. What that means is it is the frequency that electromagnetic waves bounce back and forth between the Earth and the ionosphere at, which people have found to be incredibly grounding. And that is what I find when I listen to this track too. Hopefully you all had the same experience. I feel that it replenishes a connection to what's real. It's so easy to get lost in our heads and our thoughts and our stresses and our worries with everything that's happening right now globally, that reconnecting with the Earth and reconnecting with what's around us is a powerful way to reconnect and get back to where we need to be to perform. And this track is one of my favorite ways to do that. Schumann resonance in general, but this one specifically, I used frequencies in the sound palette there and methods of entrainment that were deliberately hypnotic and calming to allow us to reach that place more easily. It's so good to be with you all at WeAwake today, and for everyone who has joined us to meditate today. You're doing something incredibly important by giving ourselves this gift of grounding and recharging the way we need to. We can then show back up in the world and deal with the things that are required of us at a level that a lot of people are going to be looking to us for. This allows us to give back and to give our gifts and to make a difference in whatever ways, large and small, that we're able to do in this time, to show up the way we need to show up, and do it without burning ourselves out. Right now, a lot of us are facing stress and hardship and financial hardship, unemployment, stressful family situations, technological crises, unrest in the streets, things that are incredibly trying to deal with. Taking the time to use a track like this is one of our best ways to show up and be the people that we need to be. So everyone here, everyone who's taking the time to do this, you're doing something profound and you're doing something powerful. And I would encourage you to take the time out every day, to take those 25 minutes to listen to this track so that you can show up and make a difference and help get us all through this thing. Thank you all so much for being here, for joining us today, and we hope to see you again next time.